Hey everyone, so I wanted to also add upon this video, or sorry, not this video, but another part to the section is the side view of the torso area, which is not too hard, but I still want to put it in anyway because that'll be really important later, especially when you're going to be drawing different poses. So let's first go ahead and draw the side view. So here I have the cranium for the head of the male. I'm not gonna really do a female version just because this is a bit simpler to work on, and we can always tweak this to a more feminine look anyway. So here, or maybe I will add one. We'll have to see. So here we have the cranium, and then we have the mask on top. We have our ear, and I will go over more in depth of the head proportions later once I get to that point. So once again, we have our one hand length down. Here's a little bit of a fat pad or muscle area below the chin, but I'm just going to add that there. So here we have the neck, one hand length of the sternum. And then here I'm just going to draw in our rib cage really simply. And then from the boxes here, once again, we can always just split this in two. We have our rib cage, our pelvis, which I would kind of put a little bit more diagonally. And for the rib cage, the pelvis, for the pelvis, I would actually make it a little bit thinner and smaller rather than wide. So that is our, whoops, I did not know that whoops, sorry about that. This is what it looks like. So I think I'll just do a recap. I did not put it all in frame. I didn't realize. So here we have the rib cage. You know, once again, we go kind of one hand down, and then we split this into three, or split this into two boxes, and then just split once again. And I made the pelvis a little bit more tilted, just for dynamic purposes. So here, let's get started with adding in our deltoid or our arm, just for good measure. You can put this in as a cylinder or a rectangle, any way that you want. So here we have our neck, which we can block in really quickly. Here with the sternocleidomastoid, which is a nice neck muscle downward. Here is the clavicle, which kind of reaches over a little bit. Here's our deltoid, which is our main arm muscle, our very prominent arm muscle that's very iconic. Everybody knows what the deltoid is, at least I believe so. That kind of goes underneath the clavicle. Then we can go ahead and draw in our pectoralis, which is the chest muscle, and kind of just push that out a little bit, just for some nice strength in the man's body. Here we have the rib cage kind of going out, and here we have the abdominal areas, which I will make sure that you guys put in more like a squiggly line, because that is kind of like our abdominal muscles kind of popping out. So we have one here, and then a fat pad down the pubic bone area. Here we have a pectoralis. You can add the nipples. You can kind of indicate where the motion of where the direction of the muscle is by putting it underneath the kind of stretching point. Here's our latissimus dorsi, just kind of like this little area here. Inside is our serratus muscles, which can be grouped as like the sheath on top. Here's our obliques. I'm just connecting these two together, by the way. So here, let's first go and get started on the serratus muscles. I would just say just make them look kind of like avocado slices once again, and just kind of spread them out. I think there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's about 5 sections of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then as everything stretches out, you want the obliques to kind of stretch downward like that. Kind of connect these. And that is your oblique areas. And your serratus muscles. Here is your kind of lower region here. You don't have to draw that part. But anyways, that is what the side looks like. If I were to do a girl version, trying to make sure that this looks straight, I'm going to go ahead and just make a box. If I'm going to do the girl version, I have one box, or outward. I'm going to draw in the rib cage real quick. Here's our pelvis, which is a little bit more narrow from the side view. And here's our neck, just roughly put in. Here we have the clavicle, reach that over on top. We have our deltoid. We have our pectoralis. But we have our breast, which kind of pushes out. And then here we have her abdominal area with the fat pad close to the with her fat pad around the pubic bone area. And I would make her a little bit more curvy and have her more tilted back a little bit, her spine more curved this way. Here's her obliques that I want to show. And then her leg area. Once again, here is her latissimus dorsi, or her scapula area. I think it's her scap. It's either her scapula or her... Oh, well. Yeah, that's her lats. Sorry about that. Her lats kind of go from down here from the armpit. Her pectoralis. Then, same thing again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And then once again, we kind of just push all these down, and we got to make sure we leave room for the sheath of the rectus abdominis as well. But yeah, that is a side view, quick side view of the torso muscles. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.